Well, it's Tuesday. I know. I missed you guys. It's been a little bit. Tonight, it's going to be something really, really different. But you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun with this, right? For one more round, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TCT BNL, that's this sexy motherfucker right here, is proud to bring to you for its last night ever the No Lag Zone. And I know you're wondering about that. We're going to get to that here in just a moment. Change is here. Change has come into the atmosphere. Change has come into my life. Change has come to the No Lag Zone. And before we go too much further, everybody on the Replay Squad, you make sure you tag yourself with hashtag Replay Squad. You know how much I love you guys and everything that you bring to the channel. You guys are amazing. Let's go through the roll call, then let's get to what we got to get to, okay? Because like I said, tonight's the last show. I'll explain. What do we got here? Lady L, how are you? I always love how you're in there really, really early. You just right there. And I know, seriously, and our government had to respond to it. Who the... I hate children. Dagan, my favorite Muppet, how are you? Mr. Rex, how you doing, my brother? Travis, how's that little one doing, guy? Seriously, how is she doing? It's got to be late over there, Steven, but still. Filmed a couple more videos today that you and the wee one gonna take a like on, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting over on that other channel. Bill Rivers, how are you, my friend? Creator of the Rivers Revenge. Okay, so let's just rip off that band-aid and get it right out there. Tonight's the last No Lag Zone. I'm killing the show. Seriously, it's done. It's dead. Tonight's the last one. After I get out what I got to get, we're going to close it down. Now, we are coming back. Hey, Greeter, how you doing, my brother? We are coming back with a brand new show in about 2 weeks. It's going to be focused on veterans and veteran issues, and here's why. I released a video a little bit ago that said, veterans, we need to do better. And ever since I started digging into those numbers that have been officially released, I've been torn up inside. I haven't been myself. I really, really haven't. Shaky, how you doing, my brother? God, I love you, Dagan. You're awesome. One suicide a day is tragic. The original 22 a day was a sample size, I believe, from 6 states that actually submitted info. And now that's even coming under fire that people don't believe the VA reports and all that other crap. Now they're telling me the number is actually 18. But recent studies have shown that number is now 36. They don't know the true number. I have preached mental health awareness on this show for a very long time now. Recently, I've stood by it when I knew people were hurting. I'm not going to say their names. If you know, don't fucking say a word. I reached out to them and sat there and I talked with them and sat with them. I've done it in my personal life where I've sat with people and vets in my area. Yes, I go to veteran support groups in my area to be there for people. I know I'm fucked up. Okay, I know I've done things wrong. I've screwed things up. And it's good to be around other vets. And it's good to be around, and I hate to put it this way, your own kind. Because veterans know veterans. We know how to talk to each other on a different level. There's so much that happens to us when we get discharged that nobody talks about. Because when you're part of something greater. You're part of something bigger. You know that old line from, oh my God, what was it? That movie with Tom Cruise as the naval lawyer. And you got Kiefer Sutherland on the stand. He's like, unit, core, God, country. You believe in those. And you believe in them right here because your tribe is your unit. Your tribe is those guys with you. Now, we're all part of the same big picture, but it's your unit. That's your tribe. And you know it, and I hate putting it this way, it's kind of like prison. You know where you have to be, when you have to be there, what you need to wear, and you need to be shaved, you need to have proper haircuts, you need to have proper everything. When you get out, all that's gone. Hey, Iron Wings, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the last show. It's changing in 2 weeks. Changing big time. I know, but here's the thing for me. And this is just me, Lady L. And this is why I love you, because we can have this discussion without someone getting the red ass, okay? It can be prevented. I've been there. I want all of you, after you get off this show tonight, when it ends, it's called My Story, My Redemption. I talk about when I plan to become one of the 22. Okay? Sometimes something bigger needs to get into your life to replace those thoughts and that depression and the pain and everything. When you, God, how can I put this? When you have strength enough to open up and talk, like Greeter's saying right here, it gives you that outlet. It gives you that strength and it gives you that courage. Not saying you're a coward if you kill yourself, okay? I'm not saying that. Nobody spin that out there. But we need to focus on things and talk about things that we don't talk about. Half the ownership team of Johnny Slicks, Nick Comolatzos, wrote an incredible book called Excommunicated Warrior about what happens to you after you get out. And there's a very, very classic line in there about, no, we're not really niching down, but we're going to be relating to veteran issues. That's going to be the core, one of the big core things, because I want, if I can reach one and help one, because I've got a platform and I got a big mouth and I got people out there that, how the webs work and the connections and everything. If one person can see it and help change, good. That's what I want, And we're going to be the same goofy stuff, but we're going to change the name, going to change a whole bunch of stuff. I've got so many things going through. But if I didn't do this right now, I probably would have backed away from it and went, nope, just keep doing what you're doing, Chris. But this to me is really, really important after reading that stuff. The number's higher, the number's lower, the number's not right, the number's this, nobody does this, nobody. Come on, man. Where is it? Ooh, wrong one. He knows I love him. Right there, brother. And I'm proud of you for that. I seriously am. I'm very proud of you, Lady L. But it's to be able to get someone to have that conversation. I mean, damn, Iron Wings, when you got discharged, didn't you have that feeling of loneliness for a little bit? Where you didn't have to get up and go do PT. You didn't have to, go to Chow Hall. You didn't have to be at first formation. You didn't have to have recall formation. You didn't have to go to sharp training because someone did something fucking dumb. Didn't you miss that sense of brotherhood until you found something different in your life? I'm not saying you found it, because you do have that compound where you're like doing reloads, but still, you guys get the point that I'm trying to make here. We need to talk about it. I told my kids this weekend, my tomorrows aren't as many as my yesterday. Well, my yesterdays are greater than my tomorrows. I'm getting older. So, gotta show love, Greater. You gotta show love to your brother, But I mean, I know that I get along well with vets. We can insult each other and it's no big deal. And I'm tired of hearing where vets only get together to celebrate tragedy. We should celebrate more things. Like, hey, Iron Wings, dude, you got a date? Really? Dude, cool. Let's have a beer. We get together on Veterans Days and Memorial Days and everything else to mourn the dead. We should celebrate what's going on and uplift each other more. Because if you think about it, my God, one of the things I loved about the service, everybody celebrated in your successes, Everybody celebrated them. I get it. And see, that's what I'm saying. We have to have that conversation, and focus on vet stuff because there's a lot of homeless vets. Fuck you. Thank you, Stephen. There's a lot of homeless vets, and I'll admit, I'm pissed off at the state of New York or New York City for erecting tent cities for migrants, but they can't do anything to help veterans. That's got me pissed. And yeah, actually, Becky, seriously, it really is. And I was talking about this a little bit ago. It's kind of the same thing with less of a stigma getting out of prison. When you get out, everything you've been doing for however long your contract was is gone. You don't belong in that world anymore. That world moves on quick, and that world moves on past you really, really fast. Hey, G. Lou, how you doing? Speaking of veterans, that is an amazing veteran right there who owns a men's grooming company. Y'all might want to check him out. Seriously, he'll catch a good deal if he's in a great mood. Take him a bunch of cookies. But you're no longer part of that world. I remember way back when there was a bombing at Kobar Towers overseas. The unit I was in, we owned that. I tried calling them and going, dude, how many of our people got hit? What happened? They're like, we can't talk to you. Things that your security clearance, it's basically like your ability to go and do your job. And that's how much they trust you to do things. When that's yanked, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't making sense. That's not making sense. What the fuck? And you try to find out info and you can't. Everything about your time in the service is gone. It's like you didn't exist. Now, the people you serve with are always going to remember you, but you wake up every day in that purpose. And I hate to put it this way, that purpose isn't there. You've got to find your next mission, for lack of a better phrase to put it in, militaristic terms. And I agree. The longer you're in, the harder it is when you're getting out because you're so, I don't want to say acclimated, but you're used to what's going on. Now exemplify that by about 1,000% when you deploy overseas to a hostile situation. That's where I have a huge time with the failures at the VA. They call it the Global War on Terror Starter Kit. They seriously do. Military. I know the military technically is a job. You sign a contract that says, yeah, I'm going to be employed for this long. But to me, it's a higher calling. It really, truly is. It really, really, truly is. Not saying anything bad about what you're saying. And I give you, And yeah, it's when you leave, they're like, see ya. I remember my first job application. Seriously. My very, very first job application. Imagine trying to go to work for a toy store when you're writing down, yeah, I can read an overhead map. Yeah, I can plan a unit movement. Yeah, I qualified this. I qualified here. It's weird. And when you're so used to things because, like I said, it's your tribe. If you're failing, you have people there to pick you up and move you forward. It's a team. You succeed as a team. You fail as a team. I've got a lot of families. Yeah, we'll talk more. And that's if you want them. There's a lot of people, I'll admit, Gary, myself, when I was going out and you had to go through, do you want help building a resume? Nope. Do you want to come in here and learn how to give an interview, do interview skills? Nope. How about this for this? Nope. Just sign the damn form so I can get out of here. It's really, really weird when you get your DD-214, that's your discharge paperwork. It's like the greatest day of your life and the worst day of your life. And, we have this running joke that if you're a dude, you get your Spartan beard right away. You sign that paperwork and poof, it pops right out. All that repressed beard hair from all the shaving. But you just still, it's weird. It's like the best day and the worst day because you're no longer part of it. And what we got here, the only way I mentioned. No, you really can't. If it's offered to you, you can't. But like I said, if I can change the course of this show and focus on different issues, that's what I want to do. And be like, look, don't be like me. You had to do things a really, really hard way. You've got all these options that are available out there. I don't know if you've ever been to a vet support group, Gary, but when you go in there, you hear an awful lot with people going, man, fuck this. I didn't want that. And that's why we have to change that narrative about it's okay to get help. It's okay to say you're hurting. It's okay to say, hey, I fucked up. And I think that's why I've had a relationship with you for a while, G, is we can talk on a different level about stuff because the Marine Corps for you, Army for me, you're used to certain things going back and forth. I get it, you know? No, it's cool. Basically, G, the whole thing for tonight is the No Lag Zone is dead. Tonight's the last show. It's not going to run that long. I got a couple things I really want to get out. In about 2 weeks, I'm going to come back with a brand new show, brand new everything about it. You know, it's something that's been weighing on me ever since I've been reading that stat about how the 22 is not the 22, it's 18. Now the 18 is doubled to 36. If I can just get one vet talking, that's where I want to go. Yeah, there you go. I couldn't remember that. I knew it was in Afghanistan somewhere, according to all the stuff. And if you believe certain things and whatever, supposedly the Taliban made it a headquarters, but I don't know. Actually, I was going to reach out to you later. I was. We'll talk. And no, I don't have a first guest book yet. One of the big things I'm going to be doing is try to highlight veteran-owned companies and veterans, because when we find a way to continue the mission, we can do amazing things. There's a guy walking across America right now to highlight issues with PTSD. I think he's made it to Utah so far, and that's phenomenal, you know? What, this mask isn't good enough for you, G? I got to wear something different? And yep, I killed it. I don't know what I'm going to name the new one yet, but I'm going to. I'm just going to switch everything for my live feed. I'm not going to do it every single Tuesday. I'm going to do it twice a month because I really want to research and focus and get great guests coming on, you know? Not that my guests aren't bad that I've had on the No Lag Zone. I've loved having you guys on and talk about stuff. I want to change the narrative, you know? And don't think I'm not coming for you, Eric, because I know you're a vet and I know you've got a hell of a story and we've had great conversations about it, you know? Like the that's a good point, Becky. Seriously, it really, really does. Yeah, it's a really good point. I got out at my 8-year mark because, well, I was dumb. I know. Save the collective gasp, okay? I know Chris was dumb, but still, you know? And I agree with this 100. It does. It seriously does. The military can set you up for life with skills. It really, truly can. The biggest thing the military teaches you is how to take a fucking loss and move forward. It really does. Because you're like, oh, that didn't work. Oh, that fucked up. Oh, that fucked up. And you keep looking for ways to go. Which is one of the reasons I think veteran-owned men's grooming companies become so successful. Oh, that blend didn't work. Fuck it. Let's go to the next one. Oh, that one didn't work. Let's go to the next one. A lot of people may fold and say, screw it, I'm done, but they keep moving forward. But that's the biggest thing, is killing the No Lag Zone. It has been an honor and a privilege to do this show. My first ones really, really weren't good. Hence how the show got its name, the No Lag Zone. Because the old ones were really bad. They were better as a podcast session where you could just listen and not watch the screen. I agree 100%. And that's some of the things that have upset me about Congress and, the Senate and everything. I remember when the death scandal broke and there was a 3-page bill put before them to vote on so they could fire incompetent motherfuckers who were killing us. And people like Bernie Sanders, who was the head of the VA oversight, went, well, we really need to focus on the bill to see what's in there. I remember one of them, I think she was out of Arizona. Don't quote me on that, but she got fired for her incompetence, sued, got back pay, and got her bonuses that she would have missed and got reinstated. That just drives me up a wall. Don't get me started on my Amazon order history. Some of those are drunken stupidities that have turned into really, really good videos. Will Az, if you're still out there, buddy, sporks. That's all I'm saying. Sporks. Love you too, Dan. Really, I do. Oh, I only talk to you because I like Becky, but still. I do. It really helps with, I use it. I got to go in like once a year, get checked. And now that I'm over 50, I have other stuff I have to do through the VA, but I get it. Not a lot of people want to because you have so many horror stories about government healthcare and whatnot. I get it. But I will say for the record, my local VA clinic has been phenomenal for me. Truly, it really, really has. I remember when I was having issues and having to go to the emergency room all the time because of my asthma. When I finally got to see my doc, he was like, well, fuck, if I'd have known that, I saw you on my lunch. So it was that turned a little bit differently. And yeah. Right? Seriously, right? I mean, my God, like my last doc when I went in there, I was like, who the fuck are you? I thought she was a nurse. I'm like, oh, you're my new doc? Okay. You need to, bro. Because if you got a proof for it, go get it. Get the services, get everything you can. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about in a future episode is why are we hesitant with the VA? I mean, hell, I even went to my local VA for mental health care. So it was neat using the services I could. It was great to be able to sit down and just talk to somebody about things. And yeah. Surprisingly, the one down in Portland, Oregon treats my family pretty good. You'd expect with Portland and all the freaking idiots down there. And yes, I'm saying it and go ahead and copy and paste this all around. I don't like what Portland has become. I loved living there for 2+ decades. But then I got a family and I have kids and Portland is not good for Chris. I don't know if you meant teaching, but some of those teaching hospitals are some of the best, They'll do that. They will seriously do that. You got to stay on them, bro. You really had to. Like, I was going to film a video on it, but I didn't. The online healthcare system where you had like your account, you could go in, you could schedule your appointments, get prescription refilled, all that fun stuff. Then they took away your advance and made you go through a whole nother thing, but they never told you can't select the first option to do your login. You have to select the third option, which took me a month and a half of phone tag with people to get there. So I get that. I get that. That's what I thought, but still. Night, brother. Thank you for checking in. Much love and respect for you. I'll be reaching out in a bit. Bob Ross. Yeah. And that's one of the huge problems with military healthcare and government healthcare. I see that a lot. It's one of the things I think needs to be massively, massively overhauled, Dude, Bobby, welcome into the last episode. We're changing everything up, brother. Whoo, you're going to love what's happening, But, okay. Off track, but now I'm right back on. What's that? Yep, I remember. I remember you telling me about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I mentioned this earlier today. And this is something I've been trying. And I've been sending messages on the weekends. Some people have gotten them. Some people here currently in the chat have gotten them. Some people will at some point. I've got a list of what day I want to send stuff out. I've been preaching that for a while about reaching out to people. And I just send messages that go, hey, it's your day. I just want to thank you for being awesome to me and being wonderful. And that's kind of what I meant today about helping raise the love in your community. Because your community is your group of friends. Okay, I'm not talking the beard community, the craft beer community, the knife community. No. All right. Every community has got fucking idiots. Every community has losers, and every community has people who want to drag you down. Let's not focus on those. Let's focus on the simple things like my brother Dan coming in here and telling me, thank God you're killing this live feed because it sucks. That's his way of saying, hey, I kind of like it. Last episode of the No Lag Zone. I'm going to be back in about 2 weeks with a brand new show featuring veterans, veteran issues, getting people open up and talk about more stuff. It's something I've had on my mind for a while, and it's time to pull it. If I didn't do this, I'd probably leave myself in this little itty bitty little hole, like Jersey Joe's 3-block radius. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know. And I want to get that thing switched up. And I really want to. That was only twice, dude. You can't do any worse than I did. Trust me. You can't. Which is why we got through it. No problem, man. But yeah, we're going to be doing a whole new thing. I'm really, really focusing on veterans, mental health, and fun. Well, but still, now getting back to it, just bring the level of love up. If you like being in people's live feeds, be in people's live feeds. Stay out of the dumb shit. Because no matter what you're going to do, you're going to find someone who's going to try to tear you down. Am I guilty of opening my mouth and putting my foot in there? Yeah, both of them, and my kids and everybody else in my neighborhood. All right? Dan said it best when we had the commission over here. If you're going after my friends, I have a hard time keeping my freaking mouth shut. Yes. I got a plan for you. I really do. I know how I'm going to fit you into the new format, so don't even worry, my brother. I promise you to come on and talk about that because I want that story, and you're going to fit in beautiful with what I got going on. Speaking of vets, right here. Here's a guy who has put his story publicly, and he's talked about things. Andrew, welcome into the last episode ever of the No Lag Zone, my brother. Seriously, the last episode. We're changing the format, and we're going to veteran-related issues and getting veterans who have businesses, lifting vets up, because we need to stop destroying ourselves, Yeah, but when you open your mouth, Bob Ross, I love how you do it. You're like, I'm going to paint some happy trees over here so I don't take a claw hammer to your head, okay? Now give me a moment. I'm going to be over here. I love how you do that, my brother. I love how you do that. What up, Dan? Oh, no, I got a plan for you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, no, yeah. See, exactly like this with Shaky. It's perfect. If you're going through stuff, reach out. And that's one of the things I've been talking about for a while. I make it a point to close every show talking about reach out. It's okay. I put up stuff on my Instagram, or as you kids call it, the gram, and talk about it's all right. Okay? Because we've got to get rid of that stigma. And that's the worst thing as a veteran. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. I really don't care. With Drew, the Kentucky Beardsman, I know he can be so much better, but he doesn't. And it angers me. He's a vet. Him and I have talked about things. Vets need to stop putting on that face. I am okay. Everything's fine. Everything's whatever. Because we know when we're being lied to by other vets. You get that look. You get that tone. You get that thing. What we got? Oh, dude, you have no idea. Yeah, no idea, bro. It's going to be wow. And I know I got the double bonus here. Being last time I checked, a biological male, and sorry if that offends everyone that I use pronouns, don't care, and a vet. So I'm helping 2 in 1. And yes, I'm going to throw it out there. No, I'm not professionally trained, but for someone to come along and tell you you're okay, I'll listen to you, could be game changing for somebody. It could be life changing for somebody. I've had people reach out, and there's part of me, and this is another reason why I hate some things. When you get a message that goes, dude, I saw your video, thank you. I'm like, who the fuck are you? In the back of your head, you're thinking to yourself, are you one of the children? Are you one of, someone's trying to come along and create crap? I want to get away from that and get into that. It's cool. Let's move. Let's do this. And yes, it's okay. But the hardest part is admitting you're not okay. That way, if people need to be there and be like, hey, do I need to check on you? Hey, do I need this? Hey, do I need that? But Iron Wings, what's going on in your life? Sorry. Couldn't resist. Dude, in Iowa. Sweet, Bob Ross. 198. Ooh. Each one individually wrapped in bubble wrap. Get on you, my brother. But still, we're at that part of the show where we're going to do the usual stuff we do, and then we're going to do the whole sign-off wonderful thing. Like I said, I'm admitting this publicly. Ever since I saw that stat and I started digging into it, everything. People who know me know that I've got a bank of videos already shot. That way, in case I'm having a bad week, I've got stuff that I can go to get them out there and get content moving. Yes, I remember that. Seriously, I remember that. Do you need a park to try out, like a trailer park trash? I mean, you need to be cast on the show there, Becky. Like, who is the baby daddy? I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about. People have seen it live on the commission, but still. Like I said, I had that bottom fallout. But then it's like when you start talking to other people and get that thing picked up, that's what's making this go. And I know every day we have things in our life that they're put there to test you. Coffee wasn't hot enough. Stay away from my Amazon list. Seriously, stay away. Stay away. I got some interesting things coming because I've got some people yelling and screaming at me about that freaking brand. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. And yes, I have been neglecting the knife reviews. And by the way, those reviews will still be there. The only thing that's changing is the show. Seriously, that's all that's changing is the show. But like I was saying, we all have those things that are put in our days that trip us up. I don't know, mail didn't show up. Something that says it was out for delivery from Amazon shows up 4 days later. Not that that's happened recently. And not that my mailman hasn't enjoyed picking on me because it's coming through the post office. And every day I see him going, dude, what the fuck? It helps that my mailman is a Marine Corps vet. So we talk to each other on a little different level, you know? Maybe I found a role for Jersey Joe. Thanks, Becky. I have heard good things about that brand. I seriously have. I do not own one, but I've heard good things about them. I have a friend of mine who is an affiliate for Wesson. So, yeah, I've been hearing really, really good things. And you see, this is something I preached about today. How does a river start, Lady L? Drop by drop. Seriously, every river starts with a drop. Sooner or later, that dam bursts, and here it comes, right? We need to give people different outlets and different stuff. We really, really do. And that's one of the things I'm going to help trying to do is give them that way that they can talk. Because we all go through things. Dinner wasn't ready on time. Oh, my God. I got to make the electric bill wait another month. I hope they don't call going, oh Lord, you're over a certain amount, because if you know anything about electrical prices recently, they're skyrocketing, you know? The funny thing is, for Valentine's Day, we found those silicone molds and we melted down crayons and gave him crayons, well, multicolored crayons in the shape of hearts. So you run with that one. The cuteness factor, had a lot of fun walking up and handing it to him and going, Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm like, ha ha, gotcha. But I don't know. This is going to be fun. I know I'm getting myself off track, which I usually tend to do. I mean, I've been told I'm Joe Biden. I just ramble. So hold on. End the quote. I couldn't. Yeah, but Shaky, you're the next best thing. You've been in corrections forever and a day, and you've seen shit. You've always been there for people. So I appreciate you, brother, and I've loved our friendship. I really, really have. It's that evil, fucked up kid you have that's out in California, or if it's still Gary's kid, I don't know. Who cares? But I don't know, guys. I wanted to get this out and say it's changing. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to have growing pains as a brand new show. I know I can write down a whole bunch of things that I'd like to get done, but we're going to see how it goes. So I ask that you bear with me. The first one should be in about 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm only going to do them every other week. I will always be on the commission. You know, anybody get that twisted? I'm not quitting that. Dan B, yes, it's going to be right here. It's going to be my live feed on this show, replacing the No Lag Zone. So I've got some ideas in my head, but pay attention to me on Instagram, because I'm going to put some out there for feedback and just see what you guys think. You know, because show's got to have a really, really good name, right? Hey, whoever said I was a teacher? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. I'm very proud of Aaron. So, Aaron Rodgers, if you're ever watching this part up till now, brother, good on you. You're doing great things in your life, and I'm seriously proud of you. Fuck your Yankees, but I'm proud of you, bro. He's good at that. He's TikTok famous. And oh yeah, speaking of that, Dan, why do I keep getting your paychecks, bro? Seriously. Why does another 10 grand show up in my house today? Seriously. Yeah, you better not plan on that. But still, guys, like I said, I had to get that out. I just did, because if I didn't, I don't think I would have made myself take that push and move forward. So I want to thank everyone who has watched this. Like I said, it is the last one. This show has meant a lot to me, because my first ones were really, really horrible. Hey, True North, how are you, bro? My first one was on Christmas Eve, like 4 years ago. I believe it was my first live feed. Seriously, it was on a Christmas Eve. I was so lost. And the very first person who came in, I'll never forget it, because it was the very first, was Bearded Ambitions, Bearded Motivation, our very own Hollywood Dave. He pops in, he's like, oh, hey there. I'm like, oh my God, somebody. And, you know, I had to learn and keep moving forward and doing everything. True North, just so you know, I am pulling the plug on the No Lag Zone. We're coming back in 2 weeks, and it's going to be a show dedicated to veterans, veteran outreach, men's mental health, period. It's going to be a lot different, because that stat of the 22 a day was 17. Now it's 34. Is it 44? It's really gotten to me. So time to step some things up and try to help at least one. Because if you can drop that number by one, thank God that you can do that. But I am going to shut it down here, guys. No, I'm not going to roll that horrible little outro. I'm not. Dan, I know you're out there cheering. I know you're out there laughing. Fuck you too, buddy. Thursday, God forbid, unless Jersey Joe has another visit from the Gypsy Curse, we'll be live over on his channel for the commission. Got a weird video dropping tomorrow, so I hope you guys like that. Over on TCT BNL Wargaming, I've got all those little miniature stuff going on over there. So, guys, until about 2 weeks, Seriously, be good. Take care of each other. Spread that love around. Don't let the evil little morons get in your head and fuck with you, because that's what they want to do. Because they're absolutely unhappy about everything in their life, and they're trying to destroy you because they can. I love all of you. If any of you need to talk, reach out. I'll be there for you. I'll see all of you on the brand new show.